And was 1128. Kazangola.
A voter turnout of 100% for the 14 polling stations. Do you have any?
My Lord, my issue is that for the failure for the second respondent to return these results affected the turnout, even if some votes would have come to me or other votes would have come to my other colleagues.
The word is affected. You know that word very well. You know that word? Affected. Ajat.
Yes, my Lord.
How did the 14 polling stations, the results affect the results? That is why we are here.
Correct, my Lord. That's why we are here.
In numbers, the quality will come after. We are now talking about numbers. Show us the numbers that would overturn. I can guide you. One, you can take out that all the 640 voters were going to vote for you, and give us the.
My Lord, I cannot say what he's saying.
Were they going to vote for you?
My Lord, my issue is for the total number of voters that were differentials, and their votes were not carried on that day.
Your issue is beyond.
And the difference between me and the first respondent.
What is the difference? The difference between you and Honorable Naruko.
It's 8,300,350, my Lord. 8,335, my Lord.
So to show that the 14 affected the results, you have to show that out of the 16,640, 8,000 votes were going to be cast in your favor. Can you show that? With a voter turnout of 14.4.
My Lord, I can tell court that the two polling areas, that's Kazangol and Bogo Primary School, is where I voted from and where Councillor Masuti, still from the NRM, voted from. Those were our strong points, my Lord.
Okay. Strong as in voter turnout or strong as in support? To be true and correct. Do you know what substantial means? Results being affected in a substantial manner. You believe your lawyers told you so. Can you confirm to court that you believe and what you believe?
My Lord, I'm here before court, and that is enough testimony that I believed, sir.
We are looking at paragraph 13. Read paragraph 13. Your lawyer said this is a question of law. He explained to you that you verily believed that the non-compliance affected the results in a substantial manner. Did you or did you not? And what did you believe?
I believed my lawyers, my lord, and what I believed was that there was non-compliance
Correct.
and failure to hold the elections in accordance with those provisions of the Parliamentary Elections Act.
Correct. And that non-compliance affected. Did you also believe that the results
Yes, my lord,
in
I
a
believe.
substantial manner?
Yes, my lord, that's the end of the paragraph on page 013.
You have failed to show how the results were affected. Yes or no?
My lord, I've stated in my petition how the results were affected in totality.
My lord, I think I will stop there.
Oh, okay.
My friend will take over.
Okay. So you focus on the good areas.
Yes.
Don't repeat what I
No, no.
Well, my lord, I'll be well guided.
You are introduction.
Samuel.
You mentioned your name for
Samuel Muyezi Mulindo.
You can proceed.
Yes, Hajat. Yeah. Hajat who? Your name again? Can I repeat? Hajat.
Nambi, FARIDAH.
It's your statement pertaining to the results that the agents will appear. The agents did not give you results, and that they will appear to answer to that. Is that your statement as the reason for you not answering some of these issues?
My lord, clearly in the
Confirm it was your statement.
in the 14 polling stations, I've stated in the petition that we got 0 results.
No, my senior colleague, in attempting to take us to the county, it was a statement that the agents in those 14 polling stations will appear because they did not give you results. And that's why you're not responding. You stand by that? That's the reason.
In the petition, my lord, the failure to return.
Focus. You are here.
Because the agents, according to you, will appear. They did not give you the results. Is that the case?
No, my lord, but they did not come back to me with results from those polling stations.
They did not.
Yes.
In paragraph 10 of your evidence, the said agents chose to report about everything
page?
that happened.
Which page?
Paragraph 10 of your affidavit.
Which page is that?
Page 13. Those agents in paragraph 10 chose to give you a thorough report about what transpired on incidents you allege of chaos, of violence, and the like but not about the voting and the counting. Is that your evidence?
The paragraph says, I am informed by the above persons
Yes.
that the
You can
information I verily believe to be true and correct, that despite incidences of chaos, my lord, and violence, especially at Kazangola polling center, the voting itself, voting
Yes.
at the said polling stations took place
Between 7 and 4
within
p.m.
the regular voting time
Between 7, read.
of 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. and many voters voted at the election at that.
So you confirm that voters from your agents, voters voted,
Yes, my lord.
and that votes were counted.
No, my lord.
What time is the counting of votes?
It's supposed to be normally at 5 p.m.
Because they are giving you a record. It means they recorded that voting took place. That record is clear. Voting took place between 7 and closing time of 4 p.m. But then omit or neglect to tell you that there was counting. Okay? You want us to believe that detail. Let's go back to the incidents of chaos and violence. Did they tell you at which polling stations, one by one? Because you have the time between 7 and 4, I don't know at what time. At least that record. The counting is not here. What time was the chaos and the violence? Paragraph 10. Did they give you that report? Is it one of the information?
My lord, the agents at the 14 polling stations stated that, yes, indeed, there was violence and chaos at those polling stations, and that's the reason why they did not have the results.
In that report, what time did they specify? Okay, did they specify the time? Was it towards 4? Because then the voting went on until 4. Was it at 9 a.m.?
No, my lord.
What time then? Did they tell you or they did not?
They mentioned that the
Time.
violence
Okay, let me
started
give you
in
one.
the afternoon, late afternoon, something like that.
Kalemba Herbert at Imbogo Primary School, playground. In Kalemba. Yes.
Campaigners to the first respondent, and I have attached the affidavit to this court, Your Honor.
Well, not to take you far, just show me where an issue of consent and approval, even if it's general, because you're trying to infer. So, consent and approval, like this is what constitutes consent and approval.
My lord, it is mentioned in this affidavit, page 1247, that this said Chibidige Musa is an active campaigner for the first respondent. On paragraph 7, and also to say that once Kato Ronald complained to the second respondent's officials at the
Evidence.
electoral area,
Okay.
still the poster remained up.
So where is the evidence of his being a campaigner?
This is to the extent of the evidence. that is here, and it's before court.
Anyway, precisely, show a court where Honorable Nalukola is involved in all this. His knowledge, his consent, his approval. That is all we want. Where is he involved? Where is he culpable? Where is he a perpetrator?
In the affidavit for Nansamba Jane 1250, paragraph 5, the people Nansamba Jane is quoting to say that they told her by the duo at this Brad Sparks Junior School polling station, Chibiruge Musa and Councillor Nabakoza Rita, that he should vote for the first respondent, and it's attached as the affidavit for Nansamba
Where is
Jane.
it that Nalukola has the knowledge that they are telling her? Where is it? And Nalukola was even aware that he had the knowledge. Is it there or not?
These are people campaigning for the first respondent according to 1250
Okay,
evidence in
64.
this affidavit.
It's the same answer. It's based on the information stated to you. Paragraph 16. Adjudicatorial, kindergarten, paragraph 16.4. Again, statements from Mlinda Mike, Adamba Kezekia, polling agent of the first respondent at the polling station, campaigned for the first respondent. Where is that evidence? Adamba Kezekia. By alluding to the key, someone talking about the key, would someone vote the Honorable Nalukola because the key is one of the symbols on the ballot paper?
No, my lord.
Again, upon receiving this statement, did you report the same to the Electoral Commission?
No, my lord, but I came here to seek court redress.
Do you know how many people, you are mentioning numbers here, who are influenced by those statements or umbrellas? Do you know if any was influenced?
No, my lord.
You do not know how many people were at the polling station during that time, or whether there was any.
No, my lord.
Okay. Even on this, I'll take you back to paragraph 16 of election officers about this incident. You are speaking for, was there any such report?
This was informed by the Senator Masuti's affidavit.
Is he an election officer?
He is not an election officer, my lord.
Do you have any evidence, names of the election officers who are obstructed? Names. And a complaint from them.
No, my lord.
And there is no information as under 19. Nothing here qualifies under 19 that it was with his knowledge, if at all, consent and beat up the Honorable Nalukola.
My lord,
I object to that line of questioning. There is no such thing in anywhere in the affidavit. Maybe prayers that Mr. Muiz is now referring to in the affidavit of the witness. She's not referred to that anywhere.
No, this is part of violence, and she has already been put on record that she knows he was beaten. Beating is violence, and she talks about the direction. And I rest my case. Head of security in this country.
No, my lord.
Is it true that the commander-in-chief is the head of security in this country?
Yes, my lord.
Is the commander-in-chief the chairman of your sponsoring party, the National Resistance Movement?
Yes, my lord.
Were you beaten?
I've answered no.
And Nankola was beaten.
Yes.
And confirm that Nankola, even in that won this election, Akis was declared as winner. And you confirm that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm obliged. I rest my segment, and my colleague will go on the